Hey, Snohomish County. Are you tired of politics as usual? Are you tired of politics getting in the way of the correct path for public safety? Are you ready for someone to be in office that calls it like they see it and gives you the truth no matter the political consequences? So am I, and that is precisely why I am running for sheriff. Let me explain. I've been running this campaign for about 4 months now. One of the main topics I have been trying to make the public aware of is the absurdity of the severe jail restrictions that have been in place for years and how this impacts the safety in our community. I have been repeatedly explaining that by turning the criminals away at the front door to the jail and releasing them back into our community, we are actually making it worse for public safety in Snohomish County. There has to be accountability for those who commit crimes in our community. This is one of the many reasons I have been receiving overwhelming support from the various law enforcement organizations that represent the professionals who do the work of public safety in our community. They get it. My opponent in this election, the current sheriff, has had these jail restrictions in place for many years. He single-handedly put them there. They are his restrictions. For years, law enforcement has been incredibly frustrated at the reality of not being able to do their jobs on behalf of our community. At any time in the last 6 years, this sheriff could have lifted the jail restrictions if he truly thought that was the right thing to do. Not only has he chosen not to lift the restrictions, he has stood by the policy both publicly and internally at the sheriff's office. That is, until I started this campaign and started talking publicly about it. Over the last couple of months, I have been in public forums with my opponent where he has not only stood by his jail restrictions, he is proud of them. This is the problem. He is saying one thing publicly, but doing another internally at the sheriff's office. Let me explain this in detail. Over the last couple of months, we have seen the loosening of the jail restrictions that have been in place for many years. We have been able to book criminals in jail that even a month ago would have been absolutely unheard of. There is only one thing that has caused this change, and that is my campaign for sheriff and my talking publicly about the unfairness of these restrictions and the adverse impacts to our community of just releasing criminal suspects back into society to reoffend. This is a calculated political move during a contested election for sheriff, and not a move that was done for the right reasons, or it would have been done years ago. Although I do need to stop and thank the sheriff for endorsing one of my prominent campaign positions, which is loosening the restrictive and dangerous policies at the jail. He has proven it can be arbitrarily done, and it was done overnight by the strike of a pen. When I am elected, I will make these changes permanent and communicate that to the community. The voter will have to decide if this sudden change is for political reasons, in the midst of a competitive election, or does the current sheriff truly believe this is the right path for public safety in Snohomish County? Is he doing this just to get through an election, or does he really believe in this new policy? If he is reelected, will he resort right back to where his policies have always been? Does he support his public position of jail restrictions that have to be in place, or does he support his internal position of allowing for more bookings? We can't wait for him to figure it out. It is time for a clear and direct path for public safety in Snohomish County. Folks, hear me loud and clear. It is time to stop playing politics with our public safety. It is time for a new sheriff in town that speaks his mind, is transparent with the public, and does not make important public safety decisions based on a political campaign. We need a sheriff that will level with the public and serves and understands that the elected sheriff is not accountable to the political class, but is accountable to the people who elected him. That is how the system was designed to work. Public safety professionals all over our community are urging the voters in Snohomish County to send a very clear message this November that the community is tired of politics in public safety, and it is time for a new path. Vote Adam Fortney for sheriff in 2019 and help me make fair and equitable accountability the foremost goal of public safety in our county. Thank you.